Lades, we welcome you as we look ahead to Wolverhampton Wanderers versus Sheffield United, a 1:30 Sunday kickoff at Molineux. And yes, the game is on Sky. Watching Sheffield United isn't always easy. We're not in it for the glory, but it can be deflating at times, especially after a defeat. So I thought I'd try and find some recent positives, some things that we can cling to, that we can look at, that maybe we can even be proud of. At home, we have found real consistency. In fact, in our last 3 home games, you will have been guaranteed goals. You'll actually have seen 17. 2 of them for Sheffield United, and that's more than none. In other news, Chris Wilder has been fined £11,500 by the Football Association for referee criticism and his sandwich comments. Yes, Chris Wilder fined for what he said about referee Tony Harrington. This is an outrage! And his assistant referee eating a sandwich remarks, crumbs, £11,500. That's a lot of dough. So you have to imagine Wilder's pretty cheesed off. A real slice of bad luck. But I think in future, he's just got to use his loaf. And I think the whole incident, very ham-fisted. You're probably better off buttering them up. And hopefully now he can just put the whole thing to bread. Now let's look at team news. Basham, Egan, Lowe, Reece Norrington Davis, long-termers. The question about 𝗂𝗏𝗀𝗂𝗂𝗏, I've been saying this now for 3 weeks. Is he going to be the number one? Because that was certainly what we were told. If he's got August hands, we need to see that. We need to know if he's not ready, because he's going to have to build up that consistency. A goalkeeper needs that, and he's not been playing regularly for a long, long time. Will he finally be back after that concussion that he sustained against Crystal Palace? I'll just keep saying it until it happens. James on our Patreon group has shared his predicted lineup, and it was made by FanHub. If you'd like to predict your lineup and have it look just like this, you can join the FanHub community with the link in the description or using the code 𝗉𝗄𝐻𝗵C5. He's gone with 𝗂𝗏𝗀𝗂𝗃 in goal. Bogle, Anel, Robinson, Trusty, and Larouci. Interesting. Sousa, Hamer, McAtee, Asula. He is so cooler. And Ben Osborne. All for that. Of course, if Ben Brereton Diaz is still not considered ready to start, we could see him start, and then it'd be a change of formation, maybe 2 up top. Or does Trusty being back allow Ben Osborne to kind of flit between a 4 in midfield and wing-back position? So therefore, there's a chance to strengthen midfield with Andre Brooks or Tom Davies. What do you think Chris Wilder will go with for Wolves away? Equally, if you'd like your team shared on here, and to receive a whole host of other benefits, as well as support us here at Sheff United Way, head to patreon.com/Sheff United Way. I'm going to shout out a few of our wonderful Patreons, Neil Robertson, Darren Keeling, and Callum West. You're all the best. We're pleased to announce that this episode of the Sheff United Way is sponsored by Greene King Sports, where football is more than a game. Greene King Sport venues are showing every single televised Blades fixture this season, and with more than 900 sports pubs across the United Kingdom, it doesn't matter where you're based, you can catch every single minute of the action. If you download the Greene King Sport app, you won't just get 10% off all drinks anytime there's a match on TV, but this month there's also thousands of pints of free Guinness to be won and a chance to win one of 6 holidays. Now let's talk about our opponents, Wolves, managed by Gary O'Neill. They won their last match, a tricky one as well, away at Tottenham Hotspur. 2-1 win, and it was Gomez first a header from a corner, so we'll need to watch for them, the set pieces, and second, a nice finish from Gomez after a great Pedro Neto run. I'm on about João Gomez, of course they have another. They lined up with a 3-4-2-1 with Jose Sarr in goal. Kilman, who I rate, Dawson, and Totti Gomez, another one. Semedo, Lamina, João Gomez, there's the second one, and Ait Nouri. Sarabia and Neto, South Korean striker Wang up top. Tommy Doyle, former Blades loanee, could get minutes, even if just from the bench. He's been on the bench as of the last game. We will see. And oh, how we could do with him this season. Bellegarde could also be a man to watch from the bench. He actually could have scored in that Tottenham game, but didn't. The referee for Wolves against Sheffield United is Darren Bond from Lancashire. This season he's taken charge of 17 matches. He's given a very high, 78 yellows. He's given only 2 red cards, one of which was a second yellow, and he's given 5 penalties. Compare that with the referee in our previous match, he'd only given 3. Darren Bond did last referee a win for us, though, and that's not been a common thing I can say this season. He last refereed our 4-0 win away at Gillingham on the 6th of January this year, of course, in the FA Cup. Now, what about players that played for Wolves and Sheffield United? Who can you think of? Pop them in the comments below. I will go with 𝗬𝗂𝗀𝗂. I'll throw one out that I don't expect too many people to get. 𝗂𝗂𝗀𝗂𝗏, former goalkeeper. Conor Cody, really liked him. Love him back as well. And Leon Clarke. Not everyone thought Leon would be the player for Sheffield United that he was, but what a signing. Stats provided by Statsman Adam. He's told me that Sheffield United are the first English top-flight team in history to concede 5+ goals in 3 consecutive home matches in all competitions. Breaking records, left, right and centre. Sheffield United have conceded 5 or more goals in 6 of the 28 games they've played this season, as many times as they had in the previous 774 games. Wow. Thanks to the Bladesman for that one. I say thanks. No thanks at all. Blades won 1 of the next 2 games after previous 5-0 defeats this season. So Wolves being one of them after we got hammered 5-0 by Arsenal. Brentford after we conceded 5 at Burnley. And Luton away, of course, after we got beaten by Villa. The Blades have failed to win in the last 9 at Molineux, drawn 4, lost 5. The last win, a 3-1 success in 2002 with a brace from Michael Tongue, a goal from Chief Wayne Allison. I was there, alongside Statsman Adam, who sent me these. Wolves' goal that day was an own goal by me, or Rob Ullathorne, if you prefer. And Adam had a bet on this one and actually was able to win his bet because the own goal didn't count. He had Michael Tongue first goal scorer, if my memory has served me correct. Wolves not won at home in the league in 2024. I mean, we're clutching at straws, but that's a pretty big one. And, you know, the clutching at straws about as stable as the paper ones now used at fast food chains in their milkshakes. What is all that about? And the Blades record on Sky, it's not the best this season. We were on a course against Newcastle. We know what happened there. Man United, we lost to Villa. We drew 1-1. That's the best it's going to get. Villa, again, we lost 5-0. And Brighton, we lost 5-0. If I've forgotten any there, I apologise. But that is played 5, drawn 1, lost 4, scored 2, 21 conceded. So that's a goal difference of -19, maths fans, and 1 point. Not good. Our channel's very own Ollie Mann has shared his prediction with me for this game. He thinks Wolves will win 3-1 and our 1 will be an own goal. Let me know your score prediction in the comments. As ever, thank you very much for watching.